when we're plinking, we're not going to go crazy with 10 full pumps. Ting! There we go. 673. Ay, ay, ay. What is going on, everyone? Riddict here, and welcome to Off the Shelf Airguns. Today, we're going to be taking a look at the classic Daisy 880. That's right. The good old Daisy 880. Now, we've shown it before on the channel when we looked at the 50th anniversary edition, but we never really have done a full-blown review on the Daisy 880, and that's what we're going to do today. So, here it is. Now, this is a model that came with the little 4x15 scope, which we're not going to be using that. Not using any scope in this video today, but we will use a scope when we do like a long distance test down the road. That's not going to be in this video, all right? But because it had come with that little scope, this has the normal front sight there that is not fiber optic. Fixed blade front sight, windage and elevation adjustable on your rear sight. Of course, what I like about this is it still retains that classic 880 look. There has been some minor changes, like the black, this little diamond here, there used to be black in there. It is not like that no more. All plastic, of course. Receiver is now all plastic. Used to be metal back in the day. There has been wood versions of these. There has been a wood version of this in a 22 caliber called the 22X, the 22SG, the 822, so forth and so on. And I did have one of those at one point. I have to get another one because I really like that. This is what you can get off the shelf right now. That's why we're looking at it. Cross bolt safety, only activated once you pump and rack the bolt, okay? So if you try to move that safety, it's not going to work until after you do that. 177 caliber pellet or BB. BBs go in over here, right in there. I don't recommend shooting BBs through it because this does have a rifled barrel. And so when you're putting BBs through a rifled barrel, it's going to chew up that rifling over time. You're not going to see a difference right away, but over time, as you use it, you will see a difference if you use a lot of BBs over time. And then you say, you know what, I'm going to switch up to pellets. It's going to fool with the accuracy a little bit. So me personally, I just shoot pellets through it, and that's all we're going to be doing. But right now, we're just going to do some plinking. And we are using the standard Crosman hollow point 7.9 grain, 177 caliber. Here we go. Just starting out with some good old-fashioned plinking here. And when we're plinking, we're not going to go crazy with 10 full pumps. I think we'll just do 4. Ting! Oh yeah, the old pating. And we reached the black diamond with 4 pumps. We're at 40 yards here. We're not crazy distance or anything, but we are at 40 yards. Pong! We hit it. 4 pumps. Let's try the orange gong. Ting! It was like one of them little bells at the restaurant you hit. Ting, ting, I need service. Yeah, do that black gong. Ping! I need service. Service! Now what we're going to do is the ambient audio, and we will do full 10 pumps for this because we want the full effect. All right, as you can tell, with just 4 pumps, it's barely noticeable. But we want to do the full 10 pumps and see what we get for the ambient audio and see what it's sounding like. So, here we go. Full 10 pumps, ambient audio. Still not bad at all. I mean, it has a little bit of a snap, but I don't think you have to worry about it. This is plenty backyard friendly. Do one more. Full 10 pumps. Here we go, ambient audio. There you go. Not bad at all. Plenty backyard friendly with the old 880 here. Now, it's great for plinking, but could you do some pest control with it? It depends, you know. Small ones, you know, maybe some rodents or chipmunks or anything like that that might be causing you trouble. You might be able to, but we're going to take a look at what it's doing over the chronograph and really see what it's got. So we're going to go do that right now. All right, we're up here in the backyard, going to do a little chronograph test with the Daisy 880. Just going to be using the pellets that we've been using, hollow point, 7.9 grain, 177 caliber. And that's all we're going to do. We're not going to do anything overly crazy. We may do like an in-depth chronograph test video down the road, but this is just a simple chrony test with the pellets you get off the shelf, with the gun you get off the shelf. All right, we're going to do the full 10 pumps, see what we get. Full 10 pumps, they say 800 FPS, upwards of 800 FPS with alloy, I'm sure. What? What? Most of my firearms don't shoot that fast. So, yeah, let's, I got that on the right thing, right? Yeah? Oh boy. This is gonna be, you can see where this is going. Oh my goodness. Let's try that again. That is not correct, obviously. Let's try that again. Literally nothing. All right, you want to fool around. Let's reset it. Wow, that is funny stuff. Am I still on the camera? I think we're good. Well, folks, normally I'm used to getting the old error, but today, man. Let's try that again. Hey, an error, something I'm more used to. Well, I reset it. Let's try it again. That ain't right. It just ain't right. Something is not right, folks. The only other solution is move it into the shade and see if that fixes it, because I'm thinking maybe the sunlight's fooling with it, obviously. Don't have the sunshades on it. If it's continuing to give me problems, then we're gonna have problems. Meaning, I ain't got no chronograph test for you. But we're gonna try moving it to the shade and see if it's the sun messing with it, because it very well could be. You know, that's why they make sunshades for it, right? Well, my little, the little things that hold the sunshades on, like the little metal arms, they're fine, but the spots where they go into the shades had, like the little holes they go into, cracked on one of them, and so the one falls down and the other one has that same little crack on it because it fell over, and it, you know, hey, it happens. Most likely gonna have to get a new one, so. But we'll move it to the shade and see if we can get something going. All right, we're over here in the shade. Let's see if we can get something going on this thing. Here we go. There we go. 673. It is the sun messing with it. 673. That's a full 10 pumps with a 7.9 grain pellet. We'll do another one. All right. 671. 671. So not too bad. Nothing to sniff at. Pretty decent. But nothing crazy. But hey, it's an 880. You would probably hit that 800 with an alloy pellet. So maybe we will do a deep dive chrony test down the line to see if it does. But now what I want to do is kind of do a halfway mark. Let's just do 5 pumps and see what we get. That's all we're going to do. 5. 553. Not a huge drop off. Not a huge drop off by any means. What if you're out in the backyard, you're doing some backyard plinking, you just want to do 2. What's 2? 371. 371, you know, that's better than a Red Ryder still. And quiet as a mouse. Very, very quiet. So, how about that? Yeah, about that 600 high 600 range for 10 pumps with a 7.9 grain. And hey, at 5 pumps, not too shabby. And heck, even at 2 pumps, how can you argue with that? Let's do the trigger pull test. All right, we're over here. We're gonna do the trigger pull on the 880, see what we get. It's not bad for what it is, you know. Can't expect much, really, but really not terrible for what it is. It feels like it's probably around 3 or 4 pounds, but we'll find out. Here we go. See what we get here. As I figured. 3 pounds, 4.2 ounces. If you can see that, I don't know. 3 pounds, 4.2 ounces. It's right in and around that 3 pound mark, like I figured it would be. Let's head back down to the range. All right, we're back down here on the range. We got the 880 here set up. We're gonna do, I wouldn't call it an accuracy test, even though it kind of is, but it's more of a challenge to see if I can actually hit anything at 40 yards with these open sights provided. Don't worry, we are gonna do an actual serious accuracy test in a standalone video where we put a scope on it and really push it out there and see what we can do. So stay tuned for that. Now, it's gonna be tough because down there I have a little 4-inch splatter burst, so it's a tiny little thing. Disappears behind the sights. Again, this is not serious. This is just a little challenge to see what I can do with it, all right? We're gonna do a real serious test in a separate video, okay? You listening? You got that? All right, just making sure, just making sure. So, without further ado, again, we're using the hollow points here. Crossman hollow points. As I, oh my. My clod hoppers, let's go. There we go. Of course, we're gonna do full 10 pumps for this. Full 10 pumps. We'll see what happens. I don't know what's gonna happen. Should be funny though, that's for sure. Well, did I hit it? I have no idea because I can't see it. I'm gonna go check just to make sure where I'm hitting first and then we'll continue. All right, so clearly we're good. Let's just keep going. I should know better than to doubt my abilities. All right. I'm not gonna know it at all what's going on down there until I see it back on the video. So you guys see it before me. I mean, well, at least until I walk up to the target, obviously. But right now, no clue what's going on. All right. I hope I'm getting more than just that one on there. Okie dokie then. Are we getting more than one on there? I don't know. I'm gonna do one more and go check it. Alrighty. Ay, ay, ay. Did we get more than one on there? I don't know. I'm gonna go check it. Well, how about that? I have no idea how many that was, but check that out. Well, well, well. Looky what we have here. Look at that. 40 yards with the open sights provided. See, one went off a little side there. But it looks like we were hitting pretty good group. Got a bullseye. Got the bullseye. Got a pretty good group right there. And then one off to that side. And quite frankly, man, you cannot go wrong with that. Using the open sights on this thing at 40 yards, and I don't even barely know where I'm hitting, I'd say that was a pretty good challenge. That was a pretty good challenge for sure. Doesn't that bode well for the actual like in-depth real accuracy test we're going to do in a future video? Because man, looking at that, this thing's going to be a beast if you ask me. Good old 880, huh? Wow. With that said, I will catch you all down the road.